So today I'm here in Los Angeles, right at the heart of Hollywood. I'm actually, going down this way. I'm actually just a block away from the Walk of Fame, right? All the stars in the ground. I was just coming here to where I'm staying a few minutes ago, and I passed by Harrison Ford's star in the ground, right? So that's the perfect place to talk about. Yes, you got it. The software developer career, right? Why not? And we're gonna throw some Star Wars in the mix, right? On the previous video about Star Wars, I'm gonna put the link here in the description. I talked about the three things that made, the Force Awakens video amazing, and it also makes your career amazing, right? We talk about, taking risks, and we talk about, having a purpose, right? Not only risk for risk, but actually having a purpose. And we talk about, stopping and thinking, right? To actually do the right things, right? That makes sense. So those three things are extremely important for your career, and it was made The Force Awakens great. But let's take a look at another movie from the Star Wars series that I think it's those three things are missing. Right, so the other movie that I watched during the mini Star Wars marathon that did on the plane was The Revenge of the Sith, right? And that movie, so first of all, there's no risk, right? The Jedis, for the first half of the movie, the Jedis, they just walk in the park, right? They go everywhere, they kill everyone. They don't even try. It's like, they just go there and they make fun, right? It's like, Spider-Man type of jokes, by the way, right? Like, it has no risk whatsoever. There's nothing for you to worry about. There's no danger whatsoever for the Jedis, right? And then I slept. Boring, extremely boring. Right? And so, the lack of risk makes things extremely boring. And that's what's going to happen in your career too. When you have no risk, the result is it's boring, right? You keep doing the same things. You keep doing the same type of code. You keep working the same type of project. There's nothing for you to learn. Maybe you're learning some things on the side, just to get some thrill, right? But if you don't take some risk, right? If you don't try different projects, different technologies, different experiments, what happens is that your career gets very, very boring. And a boring career, and it gives you no energy, gives you no reason to keep trying, to keep doing things, right? So put some risk in your career. That's gonna make a difference, right? Don't be like a boring movie like The Revenge of the Sith, right? But not only that, the lack of purpose. Think about Anakin Skywalker, right? So he's like, he has this big thing that he wants, right? He's afraid that his wife is gonna die, right? So he has this big purpose in his life, right? It's an amazing purpose, right? I want to save my wife, isn't it? Right? It's like great purpose, isn't it? It's like greatest purpose in your life. I'm gonna save my wife, and then he has one conversation with the chancellor, right? He has one conversation with him, and I'm gonna have all the power to save my wife. So I'm gonna go to the dark side, to save my wife, to have all the power in the world, so I can save my wife. And then the first chance he has, he kills her. Not kills her really, but he tries to kill her. He goes from, I'm gonna get all the power in the world to save my wife to I'm gonna kill her like this in 5 minutes of a movie. Come on, that's a complete lack of purpose, right? It's not having a purpose, right? So in your career, you can't be like this. You can't be jumping from one thing to the next, right? Just because there's a new technology coming out, just because there's a new thing that people are saying that's fun or that's great or whatever. You just can't just be jumping like this. You have to have a purpose. You have to go deep into your purpose. Go deep into things that you need to do. That's going to make a big difference in your life, right? You really want to know you really know what you want, and go deep into that, right? Be the best at that thing, right? Go make a really big difference, right? And then, this whole thing about business, just kind of being busy and just trying to do something, and just kind of, you have this craziness of being busy all the time and not stopping to think. That's exactly what happens on that movie, right? You get again, his just now turned Lord Vader, right? And I mean, he was a Jedi. He had all these friends. He had all these things. And next thing he does, he starts killing kids. I mean, kids, not even teenagers, like kids, right? I mean, can you relate to not thinking? Can this be any more plain that he's not thinking? He just wants to be busy. He just wants to show he's doing something, right? He goes and kills kids, right? He kills all the Jedis without them knowing that's a fight, anything like this. Yes, all right. So, that's exactly what happens when you, in your career, in your projects, you start doing things without thinking, right? You get busy, you do a lot of things, you do a lot of things that might be very impressive, right? That's like, but it's not the right thing, right? It doesn't matter how great you do the wrong things, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good you do your lightsaber if you're killing kids, right? It doesn't matter. It does the same thing in your career. If you are very busy and you're running from one side to the next and doing like crazy, and you're doing the wrong things, that's not helping. You're actually making your project worse. You're actually making the lives of everyone around you worse, right? You're actually, making your career worse. So, you really got to stop thinking. Think. You're going to take risks, yes, but for what purpose, right? And you're going to take, that purpose. You have to stop and think and do the right things. Make sure you're thinking. Make sure you're slowing down. A lot of times it's better that you slow down to do the right thing. Then you go running a lot on the wrong direction, or do a lot of things that are wrong. Okay, so directly from LA, from Hollywood and the Walk of Fame for your career, right? And if you have any questions about career, I'm going to be answering all your questions. So send a comment below, and I'm going to record a video just for you. All right? Okay. Thanks for watching.